tubiest of the tubiest, the best YouTube subscribers on the planet. That's you. And I'm back, 50 plus. Glad to be back. You know, I hadn't posted in a long time because I hadn't had a student. But I got one now.
There you go.
Mr. Victor Ponder. Pondler.
Pondler.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about yourself. How long you been thinking about doing this?
Well, I just like trucking. I just like to be on the road. I like driving. And the opportunity came up to go to school, get my license, and after I get through with my license, and at this school, a recruiter came up from Melton, and he introduced to us, the company and everything, and it seems a nice company to be at. And so I get in touch when I get out of school, and here I am.
Yeah. Now, this isn't your first driving gig, though, right? You drove other stuff before commercial?
Well, a long time ago, a real long time ago, old schooling, and where you didn't go to school to learn, they just on the road you
just like you learn to drive a car,
nothing like today where you go to school, you learn all the ups and downs, all the rules, regulations, and the electronic wasn't in place in those times. So I mean, there's a lot of different things you learn today, and which helps a lot. And so it's a long time, so a lot of things you don't remember things, but this is good. Really, this is good.
You and I have a couple of things in common. One of them is that we got some life experience.
Right.
Right.
We've been there.
Yeah. We're pretty close. I think we're only about 3 years apart. Right. And so. At 60, did you think, man, I'm too old to get started into this business, or did those thoughts ever cross your mind?
Well, when you start get up in age, a lot of those things cross your mind. Like when you want to start doing something or anything like that, it's always that barrier, that says the age.
Right.
Could I do it, or could I compete with these young guys? I mean, this is the world now for young people,
right?
And, but I says, you know what? I gotta just give it. I feel healthy, I feel strong, and still feel like I can do a lot more. So I says, I'm gonna give it a try.
Right.
I was, when I get there to the class and in Melton, I think I was the eldest person there.
Yeah.
So I said, oops. Oops. But I says, nope, I'm going for it. I says, I'll show my kids or grandkids that, age is not, a barrier for you to stop doing things, stop dreaming and things like that. So I said, I'm putting it ahead, and, here I am.
Yeah.
Trying my best.
Right. I think we've heard it all our life. Oh, age is just a number. Well, yeah, it is. And the larger that number is, the more you feel life. You feel it. You know what I mean? So you can still make, you can have life-changing events, which makes you choose a different line of work, or some guys have retired and then say, you know what, I've always wanted to do that, so I got the time now, I can do it. And so there's a lot of reasons why guys at our age decide to get into this business. I mean, I was 50 years old when I started, and yes, I was the oldest guy in that room as well. But I tell you what, we, meaning older guys, are at a premium because when you showed up to that class and all those guys was in that class with you, you watched them and probably didn't do a whole lot of stuff they did. Life teaches you how to,
take things
I ain't gonna go over there and gamble all my money away. I ain't going over there getting drunk. I ain't going over there.
There's a lot of things
right that we think different. That's right, and those things are a premium.
Right.
Okay. Another thing, and I know these young guys are gonna say, "Victor, I can't believe you talking about." Hey, man, everybody is different. Okay.
Right.
Okay. You can't pigeonhole every age group in one little thing. Fair enough. Yeah, well, a lot of them don't have y'all got a poor work ethic. That's just all to it. That's just hey, I'm just got to be honest. If I got, let's just use the 60 students as a spectrum, okay? Right. I'm probably in the middle with older guys versus younger guys, okay, that I've trained. And I can tell you, I've yet to have an older guy get on this truck and have a poor work ethic, man. I just ain't had it. I mean, you, even a couple years older than me, have in day one outworked probably 100% of the young guys that's been on this truck. That's just it. Bottom line.
At this age you see things different.
Mm-hmm.
You learn to appreciate things. You learn to try to do things the best of your ability. I mean, and when we were young, I mean, we just probably didn't think that way. But in this age, we start thinking different. Appreciating things.
Right. We were raised different. The times
right.
that the things that that was expected of us is a little different. I mean, I was expected more than I probably put on my own children. Okay, and I mean, at the time my kids was growing up, I was just getting started into real estate, and I was doing rehabbing houses and stuff like that. So, I made my kids come with me, and they, they work. So, they know how to do it. Now they're adults and have kids of their own, and they are successful and handling their business, and I don't have any lazy kids. Again, I'm not saying you're lazy because you have a poor work ethic. But maybe you lazy and got a poor work ethic. I don't know if that's you or not, but I might be talking to you if that's you, okay? All right? You just made 60 years old, you outworked 100% of the young guys that's been on this truck. And I'm not just like lying or bragging or anything, but very, very simple, okay? Very simple. Whenever I pull up to a fuel stop, okay? So we're gonna fuel a truck. I never say to my student, hey, get out and come watch me fuel, because eventually you're gonna get your own truck and know how to fuel, okay? You already know this truck don't run on hopes and dreams.
That's true.
So I shouldn't have to tell you to get out and do it. And I'm testing you. I want to know how eager you are to learn. Right. And the vast majority of young guys, man, when I stop this truck, or if they're driving, they stop the truck at the fuel island, pop the brake, grab their phone, gone.
Oh, man. There is.
And I'm not lying, because I can tell you this. I'm willing to bet you the very vast majority of trainers are going to tell you the exact same thing. Yeah. That tells me that you're not really all that interested. And you're going to have some issues, because you're going to get your truck, and the real soon after you get it, you're gonna have to put fuel in it.
Yeah.
And then you calling me
Yep.
and gonna say, hey, how I put fuel in this truck? And then I gotta sit there and talk him through it, right? He laughing because I had to told him that's gonna happen, and he was sitting right here when it happened. I'm telling you, it's because, and I'm not, puking on anybody. I'm just saying this is the norm.
Yeah.
Okay, but I don't get that with the older guys, man. I mean, first time I started to fuel this truck, you jumped out and came over there. Hey, before he got out of the truck, he was like, let me see how you doing that. The first day. That's different. That's different when when the truck stops, they'll be looking at me, it's time to get out. Get out, start taking stuff off, start taking off the tarp, start taking off the budgies, we got work. But if I gotta tell you every step, and I don't take that as a personal insult or assault or I don't even hold that against a person, because some guys have never been taught a work ethic. They don't have it because it was given to them and or offered to them, and then they just shoved it away. But a lot of guys never even had that opportunity to learn how to work.
That's true.
But when you come here, you do a flatbed, so you're gonna work.
Yeah. You're gonna work.
Yeah. The vast majority of what we do is driving. Okay. But and you work now more than you will when you get your truck, okay? Because I'm regional. We get a new load. We drop off and pick up a new load every day. But when you get your truck and your OTR, you might ride several days
before you drop off.
Yeah, so you might drive 2-3 days. So you just got some days where you're just sitting behind the wheel. And I'm saying just sitting behind the wheel, as if driving a commercial motor vehicle is work, okay? And you get tired, physically tired, in a different way than if you was working construction or something, and you was moving around with your hand all the time. You would think, oh man, all you're doing is sitting there driving. It's a mental strain on your body, and it's a physical strain on your body because you're not moving. You're just sitting here. And if you don't believe it's a physical strain on your body just sitting here, do this for 10 years and get on a scale, and you're gonna see how your body has retained a lot of weight. Your joints are aching. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in your body because you're not moving like you should, which is why you should get out and do something. But with flatbed, especially with what we do, because I'm regional, you're gonna do that every day.
Every day.
Every day. That's right. And so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, responsibility too. It's a big responsibility to be driving a big truck like this.
That's it.
Is you're responsible with the employer, with the consignee. You're responsible with the people around you.
Right.
I mean, it's a big responsibility driving this truck. It's big.
Well, there's a lot of information and that you can share. We're not gonna make long videos, but these days I just want to introduce you to Mr. Ponder, and we're gonna speak to both the younger and older guys who decide they want to come in here with with some not so one-sided information, but information from a man who started late, just like I did. So it's more of an encouraging thing to guys who are a little older and thinking, man, I always wanted to do that, but man, I'm too old to do that. No, you're not. You're not too old. And believe it or not, dude, you might think because you're 60-something years old, this ain't for you. I'm telling you, you are you're wanted in this genre. Okay, they want you to be here. Okay, yeah.
And this is a good company, Tel.
Yep.
I'm amazed. I'm grateful because when I see what this company does for you,
Yeah.
I mean, the way they take care of you. They try to give you all information, get you ready for the road.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, God bless this company. Really. Bless
Yeah, I
this
tell you
company.
what, I ain't going anywhere.
God bless this company. God bless Melton and all those who work there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see Mr. Ponder again here in just a few minutes, and then I mean you won't see him till tomorrow, but we're gonna continue talking, and until I see you again, deliver undistracted. Here's your boop.